na nanloko ako, nakita ko ng maraming babae. I have a lot of things to say about cheater because I was one before.
Hey, you know what? You're the first ever guest dito sa ating new setup ng Louder Podcast. Sabi ko, yung unang taong dadalhin ko dito would be someone who's really close to my cardiac muscle. Yeah, ikaw yun.
Yes.
Now, a lot of people, they see you as Real Talk Darbs. But tonight, I just wanna get to know more than that. I wanna get to know Darby Kim Estrevilla before si Real Talk Darbs. Who the hell is Real Talk Darbs? How did he start in the first place?
Okay. I just was very lucky to be able to turn that pain into something powerful. Because every individual who is motivated to do things is because there's a force behind them that pushes them to achieve that. That you will never meet a strong person with an easy past. You might be thinking, how am I able to connect and speak to you like I'm in front of you and speaking? Ganun kasing comment na nare-receive ko. It's as if I'm...
Tumatagos talaga eh.
Tumatagos. I'm the one who's speaking in front of them sa screen. The reason behind that is because I was in the place where you are. And I come from a place of empathy. I wanted to at least share the things that I used, the things that I was able to discover while I was in that phase of love, heartbreaks, and ultimate disappointment and rejections. And somehow I was able to channel that God-given talent na when I talk, I'm able to be understood by a lot of people. Kasi most of the time, people would just have that saying na, oo nga, no? Like when they listen to the content that I have. But the only reason why I'm here, the only reason why I have a story to share, because I built that story from ground up. And just like me, ikaw din, whatever disappointment, whatever pain, that might be a instrument for you to build your story later. Kasi your pain could be someone else's survival guide.
Right.
Isa sa dahilan kung bakit most people are not capable of moving forward is because of the confusion of what to do when you're in that situation.
Walang manual, walang guide, walang ganun eh.
It's a bit taboo if you think about it. Kasi like, say for example, if you see someone going through a heartbreak, most of us downplay it. Like parang, yan, heartbroken.
Okay there's no empathy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Kasi we're not in that situation. But losing a loved one, like specifically in a heartbreak, parang namatayan ka din. Kasi mahirap yun, masakit yun. And I believe that because of the things that I was able to went through and that I was so open in saying those things, people are able to relate. Kaya siguro nakaka-resonate yung aking message to them.
They see you as the guy who's like, oh, this guy knows everything about love, but they don't know na madami kang failures.
For sure.
Na madami kang moments kung saan sobrang nadapa ka, nasugatan ka, and that actually made you who you are right now. Tama ba?
For sure.
We have a lot of people who's afraid of pain. What do you want to say about that?
One of the major reasons why most people are not able to move forward and move on kasi they do not deal with the pain right away. They distract themselves from pain.
Correct.
Diba? Most of the time, lalo na sa mga lalaki, most men has difficulty moving on. Kasi ang lalaki, pag nag-break, mambababae yan, maghahanap ng kapalit.
Tatapalan mo na.
Yes.
Okay.
So yung babae, iiyak mo na yan. They would deal with the pain emotionally. And they
share sa mga girlfriends
girls.
niya.
So the first 3 months for the women are the hardest. Come 4th month to the 6th month, they're moved on. Ang baliktad sa lalaki, first 3 months are easy because they feel as if nakawala sila.
Right.
They distract themselves from pain. They didn't allow themselves to grieve. Come 4th month, 5th month, 6th month, doon na nila marirealize, I've lost someone. Lalo na pag ini-stalk nila yung ex nila. And nakita pa nila yung ex nila nag-glow up na, gumaganda na, may jowa na. That's the time wherein they have 5th month, 6th month, everything come crashing down on them. So pansin nyo girls, mga lalaki, usually pag nakamasaya na kayo, pag naka-move on na kayo, tsaka pa sila magme-message.
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons why most people are scared of dealing with pain. They distract themselves from pain is because they don't want to actually deal with it right away. Why do you distract yourself from pain? All people think that pain only brings negativity. Yun lang eh. Kala nila pain, negative,
Bad.
I don't want this.
It's bad.
Yes.
I'm supposed to avoid it.
Yes. How people should think that pain is one of the major things why you would break through as an individual. The enemy of progress is... Nakalimutan ko. Hindi. The enemy of progress is complacency. And one of the major reasons why we don't progress because we're so comfortable in the comfort zone. How can we be able to develop a character is if pain is introduced in our life. You have to think that you're being tested, you're being sharpened. Hindi lang to para saktan ka, kundi para turuan ka. You have to embrace it because that molds you into becoming a better person. It prepares you to an enormous challenge which you will face later. That if you defeat that, that's where breakthrough happens. Michael C, 16 million in debt, but because of him being able to go out there, making 32 million is now easier, right? So that's the thing. How can you deal with pain is to putting yourself into a position that hindi lang ito negative lahat.
Yeah, I love that. You're a guy that people look up to. Pagdating sa love advice, relationship advice. Let me ask you a question. Do you still get hurt? Hindi pa ba manhid si Real
No,
Talk Darbs?
man. Let me make this clear. I am a person that is a work in progress. It means that I'm not perfect. It means that I'm also learning, just like the people who's learning in front
So
of me.
sometimes the things that you talk about would also relate to you?
For sure.
Yung business-
That's
Yeah.
basically most of the things that I talk about relates to me. It could be that the reason why I have a lot of things to say about cheater because I was one before. I mean, real talk. Na nanloko ako, nakita ko ng maraming babae, at nasaktan din ako, niloko din ako ng maraming babae, and that those kind of things that I'm saying to them are situations where I try to improve, I try to share to them based from a standpoint of a guy na hindi perfect.
That's crazy, man. Like, hearing that from you, hearing that vulnerability for someone like you who has more than 2 million followers, they don't understand that regardless of where you are not exempted from pain. People like you, people like me, we have those moments when we just like cry like a baby.
For sure, man.
Totoo yun.
naman,
Ikaw din,
naman.
you have those
I
moments.
mean, I had a situation where I broke down in front of a camera. It was like a year ago or 2 years ago that
I mean, minsan, sana meron ding Real Talk Darbs para kay Real Talk Darbs. I'm okay. Yun nga, I mean, at the end of the day, tao lang naman tayo. Dinadatnan din ang problema.
ang sakit.
I can resonate, man. I can like
Buti pa sila may The Josh.
Oh,
pero walang The Josh si The Josh.
exactly. I'm gonna cry.
People are basically looking up to you for energy, for
Right.
support, but people don't realize that the pathfinder also loses path.
Yeah. So parang, I mean, it humanizes people like you, right? Humanizes people like myself, and the podcast is about, louder. Being louder does not mean that you're always the one who's winning battle, but it does mean that you keep on fighting them.
Exactly.
This entire podcast, parang we tell people na, hey, life's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be loud. It's gonna be noisy. There will be distractions everywhere. Pero you have the option to actually be louder than the noise around you.
Yes.
What's louder for Darbs?
Being louder in a sense that hindi kasi lahat ng boses na naririnig natin sa utak natin ay boses natin. Those voices that doubts us, tells us that we're not enough, that you're not lovable, that are not really the voice that we have within. It's the voices that was being put by people that is around us. Maybe by the people that are non-believers. Make it to a point that you find your voice within and have a louder voice of positivity to be able to push through the things that you want to do. The only person that can help you achieve the things that you want to achieve is you.